I worked for a company called SMR Automotive, which involved quite heavy CATIA CAD use, which is like solid and surface modelling, and also like a lot of costing of things and breakdowns of other mirrors and adaptations to the design so they function better on the assembly line and stuff like that. I was actually involved in given a project where I improved the base cap fit or something like that, which was giving them trouble for a while, so that's probably one of the best things that I did while I was there. Not really for me, the actual work, because it's engineering based and I prefer like sketching and making and more creative thinking, really. My major project is involved with providing shoe, like it's essentially the end goal is to set up small local shoe manufacturing sites within Liberia, because I was looking at the while doing research, I was looking at people who didn't have shoes, who really needed them, and Liberia came in that bracket because 80 to 100% of them at some point are infected with hookworm disease, which is a horrible disease that actually moves up your body, gets into the small intestine and can stunt your mental and physical development. So it's not allowing them to go to school now that the schools are getting better in Africa and actually better themselves. So it's quite like, if you'll pardon the pun, from the ground up sort of. Now I'm just setting up a way where they can simply manufacture shoes that are very cost effective. After Brunel, after I graduate, I hope to carry on with the major project that I'm doing. I mean, I think I've really come up with a solution that is valid and accessible to that region, because of obviously the research into the materials that are available dictated how my design process in designing the shoes, and I wanted to make it within the community so they can get themselves out of the situation and not be aid dependent, as we see in a lot of other shoe programs such as Tom's and Soles for Souls. They're donating shoes, and I actually found out recently that Soles for Souls are donating shoes if you pay for the shipping. So this guy I'm in contact with in Liberia, he was like, oh, how much? I got in contact with Soles for Souls asking for shoes for the needy in Liberia, and they asked them to pay $5,000 for a shipping container full of shoes, which I'm not sure how many shoes are in there. But if they're in boxes, it couldn't be any more than a couple of thousand. And with the same money, I could hopefully go out there, set up a manufacturing sort of facility in maybe the capital, and make about 2,000 pairs of shoes from the latex, even if we had to buy it for $800 a ton. But which $800 a ton works out to $1 per pair of shoes. So it's not a huge cost. So what I'm looking at doing in the upcoming weeks is developing a business plan so I can then pitch it to these charities, and or maybe some crowdfunding, so I can just go out there and set up and try and give people shoes that can't afford them, basically. I used to be borderline obsessed with Lord of the Rings when I was younger. If you ask me anything about it, I've been doing this for years and I haven't really been stumped on anything. So if you'd like to ask me anything about it, I can probably give you the answer.